My day is Friday, and Friday is my day.
What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy InkyMann, and this is the InkyMann Show. So I'm staying within the whole realm of wealth building, and I found a video from a YouTube channel called Minority Mindset, and I thought it was kind of interesting. Basically, it talks about ways that you can keep your money to grow your money. You understand what I'm saying? That's a very important lesson. I figured let me go ahead and share this with y'all. Let's take it from there.
Remember, there are three keys to having money. You have to make money, you have to get your money to work for you, and you have to keep your money. If your spending habits are bad, it does not matter how much money you make, you will not be able to keep your money. I'm going to go over 6 ways for you to spend less money so you can keep more of it. Number 1, before you go shopping, write down the things you need and then only buy the things that are on your list. When you go shopping without a list, it's really easy to get distracted when you see that big red sale sign and you have nothing telling you not to buy it. Here's the thing, and listen to me very, very carefully. If something normally costs $250 and you buy it on sale for $100, you did not save $150, you spent $100. It starts with your mindset. Number 2, don't spend money on drinking and smoking. The average American smoker spends $1,500 a year on cigarettes in the suburbs. But if you're a smoker in the city, you'll be spending a lot more. If you're a heavy smoker in New York, you could be spending $7,000 a year on smoking. And the average American spends $1 out of every 100 that they make on liquor. 3, if you struggle with controlling your spending habits, don't carry a credit card. Pay with cash. When we use a little piece of plastic to buy things, we don't feel the same pain as if we take this cold, hard cash that we worked so hard for and then just give it away. McDonald's found that when somebody pays for their order with cash, their average order size is $4.50. But when somebody pays with a credit card, their average order size goes up to $7. And Dun & Bradstreet did a famous study where they found that we, people, spend 12 to 18% more when we use a credit card than if we use cash because we don't feel the same pain of spending money. Number 4, if you can, buy generic. A lot of times the biggest difference between generic and brand name products is the price. Sometimes the generic and the brand name products are made in the exact same factory and the only difference between them is the label that you slap on. 5, keep a running calculator on all of your expenses. I know what you're probably thinking. Who has time to keep track of every single thing they spend? Well, is actually really important. When you're trying to get more sales for your business, analytics are super important because it's hard to improve something if you can't measure it. The exact same applies for your finances. If you don't know where your money's going, how can you improve your cash outflow? Once you figure out where your money is going, then you can see how you need to reallocate your budget, but you can't do that unless you keep a running record of this. 6, sorry for my language, but pay your shit on time. I have some friends who aren't that good at paying their bills on time. They have the money to pay their bills, they just forget to pay it. So then they get a late notice which comes with a $25 fee just because they're a couple of days late. Pretty funny, right? You think that's funny? Look at my face. Does it look like I'm laughing? No, it's not funny. I hate wasting money and late fees are a complete waste of money. When you're paying late fees, you're essentially taking your money and throwing it down the drain. Pay your stupid bills on time so you don't have to pay unnecessary fees. Gee. And number 7, this one's a little bit different than the rest, and I'd say is something that most people from immigrant families have gone through. Don't spend more than you need to for things that are not related to your business. Let me give you an example. Somebody hit our family car once when I was younger, and the whole side mirror piece essentially fell off. We took it to a shop to get it fixed and the shop owner wanted $400. Now, it's not like $400 is a crazy amount of money. It's a lot of money, but it's not insane. But you have to remember, my family comes from Punjab, India, which isn't a very rich place, so we're accustomed to creative solutions. So what did we do? My dad duct taped the piece back on the car and then he found a small mirror at a shop for like $6 and then glued it on top of the shattered glass and got the whole thing fixed for like $10. Look, you gotta do what you gotta do, especially when you're trying to start a business or you're trying to improve your financial future. It's not the most glamorous, but sometimes you gotta put in the sacrifice and make every single dollar count for a better tomorrow.
I mean, great tips, wouldn't you agree? I mean, let's review some of them for myself. Buying what's on your list. Typically, I make a list when I go to the store. I only get exactly what it is I want. Try not to go in there hungry, because you go in there and you start smelling the donuts and all the pastries and all the fresh meals that they're making in there, and it makes you want to buy extra shit. So I typically try to just stay what's on my list. Don't spend money on drinking and smoking. Next, pay with cash. I'm pretty good with that. Or I try to use my debit card as much as possible, because then that way you're spending the exact amount. But I can see the point. It does feel a little harder to be able to take that money that you have in your mind, that you're trying to save, and actually give it to somebody else. So I think I'm going to increase that. Buying generic. Well, I wouldn't say that I buy generic per se, but I'll go to a store like Aldi's, or, or I'll go to a basic grocery store, but I'll go to like an Aldi's, or I'll go to the dollar store, and I'll buy the stuff that I want at a cheaper rate. There's only but so many things I eat anyway, when it comes to me grocery shopping. There's only but so many things I want anyway. Chicken breasts, sides, and veggies. And I don't have to have top-notch things in that, they don't have to be top-notch. As long as they taste good or I season them well, then they do what they're supposed to do. For me, food is energy. I do have my cheat meals, don't get me wrong. I do eat other things every now and then, but for the most part, I try to eat to give me energy to function throughout the day. I have a labor job, so I try to make sure I load up on food so that I can burn that food, and by the time my next break comes, I'm starving, which to me is great because it means I burnt that food off. Now I just add a little bit to it. Maybe get some peanuts and almonds, or maybe eat, a salad, something that I know is going to burn for that next few hours. So sticking to that, I kind of keep my grocery bill a lot less. Keeping track of expenses. Been doing that. I have a spreadsheet, a little Excel spreadsheet. I put the income at the top. I put the expenses at the bottom. I will list, my income sources, and then subtract the income total from the expenses so that I see what I should have. Doesn't mean I always have it, but at least by looking at it, I know what it is that I've spent on and what I need to cut back on for the following month. Also helps me with my bills too. Pay on time. Got to work on that. And then the last thing is pretty much don't spend more money on frivolous things, or live within your means. So again, for the most part, my function is going to work, eating, making these videos. There's no reason for me to really go out and blow a whole lot of money. And if I do go out, and I do, when I do go out and have a good time, then I find things like Living Social, Groupon, Rakuten, Retail Me Not. I look at sites like that because everything under the sun has some kind of coupon. And the embarrassment of pulling a coupon out is not as embarrassing as not having any money. Think about that. So with that, I think that's about enough, because I know that your attention span isn't all that. I will see y'all on Monday. Think about what I'm saying. Use these principles to get you through the weekend. Let's see what we got going on for next Monday. All right? Y'all be good. Later. Yeah, make sure to follow me on Snapchat. Snap the photo, take down my name, whatever works better for you.
Under me, this rule will change, for I will restrain man.